Hi, everyone. Happy Friday. It is Friday, October the 4th, 2024. So we are very grateful to be here. It is Friday. We made it through the annular solar eclipse on Wednesday. I know the energy is still very strong. So we're actually going to spend some time debriefing and talking about what we've experienced for the week. If you're a return viewer, thank you for joining us once again. And we hope this is a great start to your weekend. If you're new to the channel, please like, subscribe, and share. There are a group of lovely women who have come together in spirit called the Spiritual View. We do daily content. We also do lives on Mondays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and Friday at this time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, plus a monthly collaborative session where we actually do a drawing for a free reading, and we deliver some wonderful content. So everyone just say hello. We're glad to be here with you today. All right.
Hi, guys. It's Jen.
It's Dawn. Hello.
Hi, it's me, Angie from Learn Love Tarot.
And it's Sari. So we're your host today, and we are going to get started. We like to get everyone grounded, and this is kind of our routine. So like everyone to get your cup of coffee or tea or your glass of wine and just settle in your chair. It's been a long, powerful week. And so we're going to take it down a notch, and we're just going to clear the chakras and get all comfy. All right. So if everyone can find a place and relax and just close your eyes. We're going to start by a couple of nice deep cleansing breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, and out through the mouth. Continue to settle into your body and take some very slow, deep cleansing breaths as we imagine this beautiful white light with gold sparkles at the soul star chakra about 2 feet above our head. We're going to allow it to move down to the crown, cleansing, balancing, aligning, moving down to the third eye, helping us open to our clairs, our intuition, our high priestess energy. Continuing down to the throat chakra, allowing us to stand in our truth and speak our truth as authentic souls. Continuing down to the heart chakra, allowing us to be open to unconditional love of self and others. Continuing down to the solar plexus, giving us a sense of our personal power and the ability to claim joy. Moving down to the sacral chakra, aligning, balancing, clearing, opening up our creativity. Moving down to the root chakra, helping us to feel safe and secure and grounded in our space. That white sparkly gold light continues down our legs to our ankles, our feet, out our toes, deep into Mother Earth, continuing down and embracing this beautiful, loving, divine energy of Mother Gaia. Feel the groundedness that she provides you. That light comes back up from Mother Earth to meet our toes, through our feet, ankles, legs, comes back through all the chakras, starting with the root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, crown. This beautiful light goes up into the heavens and connects us with Source or God, and comes down around each of us in this beautiful cone of protective light. We have lots of angels supporting us and guiding us. Archangel Michael is here for strength and protection. Archangel Raphael for healing of both the emotional and the physical body. Archangel Gabriel to help us speak our truth. And there are many others who are here in support of our highest and greatest learning and sharing as one spiritual community. So with that, everyone, we are clear and ready to go. And again, this is a simple exercise. Many of us do this before we get out of bed in the morning, and you can do it in 30 seconds or 30 minutes. And you can actually go through all of the chakras and clear yourself. And you can also do it when you're in the car. You can do it at night before you go to bed. It's just a wonderful way to keep the energy flowing and moving and get the cone of protection around you at all times. So we're going to start off by reading an oracle card from Rumi to start off your Friday, all right? And this is what is called Cosmic Heart, and it's an 8. So Angie, significance of 8, what is that?
Balance and alchemy.
Okay. All right. I'm going to read you. It's short, but it's just so beautiful. And for those of you who love Rumi, like many of us do, it's very, very poignant. I was dead. I became alive. I was tears. I became laughter. The power of love arrived and made me everlasting power. I have seen everything. I have no fear. I have the heart of a lion. I shine like Venus. And that is from Rumi. And so you think about Cosmic Heart. We've had a lot of things this week, Dawn, that talk about the matters of the heart, healing, and having the courage and strength to be the lion, to heal some of the inner child wounds and the things that we need to let go of. So I'm going to turn it to Dawn, who's going to give us a little bit more information today about this week. And many, like me and those of us that are here with you as your host, have had some pretty big experiences this week with the annular solar eclipse. And so it's not to be lost that there's a lot of powerful energy on the planet right now. So with that, I'm going to turn over to Dawn, who's going to give us our astrological review of the week.
The astrological weather update, right? What I want to do is I'm going to show you in just a moment the solar eclipse that happened based on a astrocartography map. And Marsha is actually much more the expert on astrocartography than I am. But actually, her and I have actually been emailing the stuff back and forth to each other this week because it's such a fascinating subject. But I wanted to first say that a lot of the things that are happening now in the Middle East originally started back during the annular eclipse that happened over Albuquerque, one of the few places that you could see it as that kind of a perfect eclipse, when I was there. So what happened is it was on the 14th, but on the 7th, a week before, is when the first attack occurred on the Jewish settlement and people were killed and hostages were taken. And as this was approaching, a lot of the mundane astrologers were very specific about the fact that this was going to be a time when that would be ramping up. So let me go ahead and present just briefly this screen. Now, this is actually the solar annular eclipse. So when you put that as a chart when it occurred, then what you find is, can you guys see this, by the way? Yes? Okay. This is the path that the hurricane took, Helene, right up through here. And over here is the area, and you can see that this actually happens to be near a Mars line and a Chiron line up in this area here. And then you have these other areas here. This is a Venus line, and this happens to be a Uranus line right here. So let me stop sharing there for a moment. And what I wanted to say was that when you also are looking at what's going on in mundane astrology, the astrologers go out and look at the birth charts of those countries and see what gets lit up on those charts compared to what the eclipse energy is. So just like you're doing your own natal chart, and then you're having whatever the transits are for the day or the week or the month or a solar return chart, that's kind of what they're doing. They're comparing how is this eclipse going to affect this particular country. And Israel is coming up in a lot of those, and so is Iran, with the things that it's particularly hitting. So those are the things that they will look at in the mundane astrologers that are out there. We also have it's called the Ridley chart, where it is the birth time of the United States that they consider that actually kind of lines up with the transits that happened on 9/11. So that is based on July 4th, the signing of the Declaration of Independence at 5:00 something in the afternoon in Philadelphia. That is the birth chart of the United States. So when you're looking at astrocartography, that's something that you can also use with your natal chart and see the places that call to you or where would be good for you to visit, things like that. But I just wanted to mention that we've been getting a lot of messages, and to me, I did a reading on, it was called We're in the In-Between. We are starting what everybody has kind of been predicting that's going to be happening, and it's going to be spread out over the next 3 to 4 years when there's all these big astrological things going on. And what I want to say is we also talked a little bit earlier about what our parents and grandparents went through, because I don't think it's going to be near what they had to go through that grew up in the Great Depression, where my parents were profoundly affected by that. And my dad could not pass up a free item on the roadside wherever he went. He just couldn't. So, and that kind of goes into the person's psyche. So I don't think we're going to have that kind of economic problem. But I think we're going to have some issues because that's showing in different things out there. I just want people to be aware that whatever we're going through is a process. This is the in-between time. And when we get to the other side of this time, that's what we're waiting for. That's when there'll be a lot more people that are awake, a lot more people caring for the planet and living kind of as a balance with the planet. So we're getting there. We're getting there. But I wanted you to be aware that this energy is going to be kind of throwing people off kilter from time to time, and to expect a little bump here and there as you're going through things, and take a look at your own chart to get those ideas of what may be something that's more difficult for you. Mars in Cancer, as we're approaching this, is going to be very much about childhood healing, whatever those wounds were in childhood, because Cancer is about the home, the family, where you felt safe, that kind of energy, and where you first learned about relationships. So I just wanted to put that out there because late tonight, Central Time onward, is getting this Mars going into its shadow at 17 degrees. And I think it's 1 o'clock in the morning for those people on the East Coast. So starting now, pay attention. Pay attention to what's happening in Mars-related areas of your life. Look at your look at the house that Cancer rules for you in your natal chart, and you'll see things start to show up, especially if you have interesting transits or planets there. So I think I probably have covered enough things right now. Hopefully that was helpful, and I will turn things over to Angie.
Dawn, is that what you were, thank you. Is that what you were talking about today on your Friday reading here on the channel? Was it the 17 degrees?
Mhm.
Is that the top of the show?
Yeah,
So
17
please
degrees.
go back and watch that, guys, because she does go into a great explanation of kind of what to expect there. So you definitely want to look at that 17 degrees of Cancer in your chart to see where that's going to land for you as far as the life area that it'll affect.
I also went through, I just did it this morning and did an all signs reading, and I did mention for each sign what house that would be for them. So like Aries, the 4th house is Cancer for them, and that will affect the home, property, things like that. And so I did that for each one of the signs. The energy was crazy. So that will be coming out either late tonight or early tomorrow, just so you guys know. But I did cover Mars specifically in there because of that that shadow, and we're going to be in this for a long time. So what to start watching for everyone. So
Ooh,
sorry.
No, I can't wait to see it. I had to make my notes so I don't make sure I don't miss it, because you just answered the question I was going to ask, which is, when is that coming out? Okay, guys. So, if you were with me earlier today, I clean the board for us here, and I do appreciate my beautiful co-hosts allowing me to pull for us the energies that literally I refer to every single day for the 2 weeks on this next part of our lunar coaster. If you're new here, I describe the moon cycle as from new moon at the bottom of the coaster, when we're getting on, getting off. Okay. The top of the cycle as the full moon. When we are at the new moon where it's dark, we are building the tracks of our coaster. And that is the ride that we get from the full moon until the next new moon. Okay. So right now we're in that emperor energy, building those tracks. So when I checked this morning, it was still stating new moon eclipse, even though that moon is starting to wax crescent here. So this is going to be an energy with the fixed moon today in Scorpio energy. And it's saying, hold your vision. We've got communication, co-creation. So I've been seeing that in a lot on our channel, the themes of the readings, a call to tap into meditation, spirituality, going within. That is a 21 card. That was yesterday's energy. It was a special energy because we added the dates up to a 21. And I mean, just look at that beautiful energy that is that they are creating in this vortex together. Also here, having faith in our dreams is going to be important, because again, we're building that roller coaster up to the top, and the ride that we get is the ride that we get. Now, when we move into our mutable moon energy, after Pisces would be Sagittarius. We've got alignment, folks. And that is an 18 card. There are 2 dolphins there, which reminds me of the yin yang 2 of pentacles energy in a lot of decks. That is with that balancing, and that balancing of the 3D, time, energy, money, resources. If we are not balanced within ourselves, right, then we are going to feel extra that misalignment outside of ourselves, right, that's going on in the world. So no matter what's going on the outside, no matter what chaos and confusion may be trying to get in our craw, getting a ear signal on that there, this is all about alignment with ourself, because that's all we can control. Okay. What about when we hit the first quarter moon? That's the black and white cookie moon with the dark portion on the left-hand side, because remember, if you put your hand on the dark side, your opposite hand either waxes on, turns on the light, or if the darkness is on the left, we turn the light down. We put that dimmer switch on. So first quarter moons test our commitment. Are you really ready to transform? We've had this card come out for us before here on the Spiritual View. It reminds me of the star card energy. It's a 53 and 8, which is an 8. And this does remind us that we can't simply just hope and wish. We have to put action into those hopes and dreams that we're manifesting. And at that first quarter moon is when we reevaluate. Am I still hyped about this or not? And if I am not, making those adjustments, and if I am, putting extra energy and into that manifesting endless opportunities was powering underneath that card. So are we really transforming? Are we really ready to make some of these big changes that we feel have been coming for a hot minute? Now, when the energy starts to build momentum, we're getting right up to the top. So picture yourself on a roller coaster. It's like you can hear the clink, 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 and your body is anticipating that energy, right? That's what this feels like as we're approaching this fiery climax of the full moon in Aries. According to the Numerology deck, a fire climax approaches. But right before that, the moon is gibbous, and it's almost all the way full. That's where we tweak, hone, and adjust, but we've got to stay on course because you're going up and over the end of that coaster on the other side, right? So what is happening here for the collective? What card of advice or what energy can we be aware of as we're building this momentum and getting ready to be very close to achieving our goal? And we want to stay on course. Wow. So we had that come up from the new to, from the full to the new moon. And that octopus energy just keeps coming up. It's been coming up in my cards, multiple decks all week long, as is this lotus energy right above her. And this is about, if you saw earlier, I did pull the home card about the heart chakra opening, which I love that Suri opened with that, because this is being able to merge ourselves to whatever texture, whatever color, your home, your heart is your home. Home is where the heart is, but that's inside of us. So it doesn't matter where we are in the world as long as we are whole within ourselves. So it does feel like there's like a little tweaking or adjustment there, especially since we got transformation right before that. Are you ready to transform into this new way? Octopuses can make themselves look like anything. I mean, they're fascinating creatures. What is this fiery climax here with the full moon and Aries? It's again, cardinal sign saying be bold and make the first move. That's when we throw our hands up and say we. Again, internal explorer, stepping through. So I love that Dawn's saying for the mundane astrology, we're in the in-between. And all the last 2 weeks I've been saying we're on the bridge between these two eclipses. We're walking across the bridge. We're in the in-between. But now we've come to the end of that self bridge, right? Our connection in this 3D reality, but in connecting into higher self, into spirit, into our intuition, in our third eye. We're there. And it's almost as if spirit on the halfway up that coaster is like, are you really ready? Are you really ready to transform this? Because here we go. Here we go. The journey to wholeness is afoot. 33 card energy. Then when we hit that full moon internal, see how she's got 1 foot in, but then 1 foot still behind the stage. It's like if you're in the first car of the coaster, you have to hang there before everybody else comes behind you and pushes that coaster down. Yeah, you might have to be the first person in the cart that's sitting there hanging going, oh boy. Okay, but it's okay. This is the internal explanation. This is how we get to our journey to wholeness. Okay, we're on the lunar coaster as a team and as a collective, as a universe, and then think about breaking those down into smaller and smaller coasters, like little nesting eggs. Okay, and this one is the people that we're in the. If you're here, you're in the front of the cart. You are seeing there. You're like, oh boy, I see this. The people in the back, they're still on the other end of the coaster, right? They're on that other U shape. They don't see it yet. And you're like, instead of being like scared or like, oh no, watch out. We're like, oh man, get a load of this, guys. Wait till you see this. That's kind of the energy we want to tap into and be excited about this exploration, because things are shifting. They are changing. We can still change that word to growth, because it is. If you're still not comfortable with the word change it to growth, because that's what that is there for us. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and read the Sound of the Universe. You see how thick this deck is, guys. We're getting these with the spiritual view, audience, and energy. So that's what is here. I'm going to roll my dice today. We are in the 4 Emperor energy, but go ahead and put in the comments if you would like me to pull on the energy as far as whatever comes out. Then go ahead and put your number in, and I'll swing back around and come back and read for you. So go ahead and put in, oops, I guess I got to change it into the comments section. That'd be good, Ange. Okay, here we go. I don't see it yet. So whatever's up there so far, it is not 3, 5, or 6 or 7. Double sevens. Look at that. Miss Judy. It is, let's see. It is a number 4 on a 4-day. So maybe I just manifested that right. It's like, just noted that was the energy today. Miss Judy, let me go here for you. It is Moon in Scorpio. After shuffling, I've got this 2 of Cups on the bottom energy. Flying out for you on the side, 8 of Pentacles. High Priestess energy there of that full moon on the coaster. I think you're getting a pre-peak there in that front seat. And let me get 2 more here and then get a crossing energy. 8 of Pentacles is like an assembly line in this deck. Okay, so examining our own heart. You might be doing this in stages or pieces, especially if you're very busy, because someone who is an expert in their field tends to be a very busy person here. So what I am seeing here with this frog, he's got amethyst here loaded up. Even the frog is a Fool energy, getting ready to take some new leap here. And you already have enough. You've already gathered enough resources, and you are ready to put those resources, even if you don't feel like it's perfection. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. And if you're bookending here with the Page of Cups going, but I'm not an expert, Ange, but I'm not sure, you know enough. Okay, girl, you know enough to proceed ahead. You do absolutely know enough, especially if we're tapping into that intuitive guidance. This crossing energy is 3 of Wands. Look at how she is examining there with a fine-tooth comb with her little detective looking glass there. And this 3 of Wands in this deck is about really taking a closer look at, am I manifesting? How have I manifested in the past and got what I didn't want, even if it was by accident? Because all week we've been talking about thoughts become things, words become things. So we're really taking a look at this and being more careful in the environmental energy with what we say and how we say it, because we don't want to poo-poo away our own big wish here that's coming up. You know what this is. There's something bigger kabrewing here. And it is definitely related to you opening up that heart chakra, allowing, if it's been empty, this new creature to take its space, just like crabs in their shells. When they outgrow them, they go and find a new shell, but then there's always a crab that goes, oh, that looks like a great house. That'll fit me just right. Little Goldilocks energy. Jen started off the week, we had golden cities energy, and boy, has gold been a theme this week in a lot of our readings. So it looks like there's this new offer coming in, and it's, when it comes in, it's coming fast. It may not be the role that you thought that you were taking, okay, because seahorses, it's the masculine that carries the babies. So there's a little bit of a role reversal energy, could be in, especially in the way that you love or allow yourself to be loved. It's feeling a little bit like I'm finally understanding I need to allow others to do for me as I do for them. You can't deplete your own cup. Okay, because these spiritual lessons are coming in here in this deck. This page is supposed to be focusing on learning how to scry to increase his spiritual gifts. And instead, he's getting distracted by this fish instead of kind of doing the homework he has to do. But for me, I feel like when that's paired with the 8 of Pentacles, you're like, but I can't. Let's take that CANT, that 4-letter word out. And you can even, if you do slip and say it, remember your thoughts and words become things. Just finish it with a yet. I can't do that yet. Okay. Because you do know enough. You are protected in this venture here, that amethyst energy. There are many hands that make light work. It's a process, but I feel like you're organizing the chaos, or you're organizing the process. You don't think you can do it, or you feel like you get too distracted, but you can. And you know that. You know that deep inside. Look how she's controlling, and she's totally making those waves of energy, kind of very similar to the octopus arms here, but it's her cape. Full moon energy again. She is wielding those talents and those gifts and her way to help others and leading. Okay. So that's definitely coming in for you. And if this opportunity is new, it's what you've manifested. 3 of Wands. You already know it's coming here. You know that cup is going to be full, but when it's come, it's going to be fast. Okay. Ace of Swords. That's the truth. And it will make you very, very happy. That's what I have for you, Miss Judy.
All right. I'm going to be reading for Emily. Emily, welcome to the channel if you're new. And you wanted to talk about perhaps missing some opportunities. So I went ahead and pulled some cards from some different decks today. I started first with the angel number deck. And this number, I love when we can call it out. Ladies, what is this called? 2112.
That mirrored energy.
Palindrome.
Yeah.
Yeah, the actual official word is called palindrome. So this is the energy, Emily, that's guidance for you from the angels. It's up to you. Someone is watching over you, good fortune, unforeseen forces, and direction. Even if it seems like you're not making any meaningful progress, things are actually moving in the right direction for you. If you see this number, it is a sign that everything will work out in your favor and your dreams will soon come true. So you may start to see 2112 kind of out and about in your everyday life. So Spirit's message to you is don't give up hope, because things are working for you in the right direction. You may just not see evidence of it yet. So I pulled, this is a new deck, and I was inspired by Dawn, who got this deck, or who has this deck. It's called the Shaman's Dream. It's a beautiful deck. And the card that I pulled, Emily, for you is Lay of the Land. And I'm going to read it to you. It's ancestral wisdom. It says, past lessons, being well informed, ancestral wisdom. There are times when you are meant to discover and explore new terrain in your life, even if it's to be part of a wave of change. This is one of those times, and what you're contemplating may be new to you, but others have laid well-worn paths and left wisdom for you to rely and reflect on. So this is so that you have a better understanding of the potentials and the possible pitfalls on your journey. When you know the lay of the land, kind of the current landscape, you are better able to fully experience what is potentially being offered to you. It's a wonderful time to seek a mentor or good advice from an expert or an elder. So, Emily, maybe you feel like you're screwing up, but Spirit is saying, no, you're actually not. Remember, there's no right or wrong here. On a soul level, this is around experiences that help us expand and grow. So I would encourage you to say, instead of I'm screwing up, what am I actually learning? What I do want, perhaps what I don't want, because the universe is saying with this angel number card, things may not be apparent in your physical world, but things are being lined up to help you. But advice from the Shaman's Dream deck is you need to understand the lay of the land of what are the potential opportunities, what are the pitfalls, and be able to look at them for what they are. But also, if you need help, don't be afraid to ask for guidance. So I did ask, which archangel is assisting you now? And I love this archangel, Shamuel. Open your heart to give and receive love. Your essence is love. Archangel Shamuel is a beautiful white and pink angel of love. His etheric retreat is above, actually, St. Louis, Missouri. I don't know if you're in the Midwest. He oversees Central and South America and also the Caribbean. All aspects of love are held in the 33 chambers of your heart chakra, and this archangel helps you to explore these. When you receive this card, your guidance is to reevaluate all your relationship through the eyes of love. So there's something here in, I don't know, Emily, if this is what you're feeling, but oftentimes we've been up in our head a lot, and we've all been trained to think through our thoughts first. And then if we had a heart, we would think about how we felt. The way that the energy is shifting with the age of Aquarius is we actually have to feel through the heart. How does it feel first before we can actually go to the head and say, does it make sense? So I asked Spirit, in addition, what are some things that might be getting in the way, some things you might want to release? And it's interesting, this card came out, it's Temperance, but it came out reversed. Temperance is Archangel Michael, very strong energy, but it's all around balance and flow. So coming out in reverse would indicate to me that there's something, whether you've blocked flow or you have not allowed the universe to bring what it wants to bring to you. I said, what's gotten in the way? You want success. And this is a 6 of Wands, and this is a beautiful card of success. But what may be going on is, Emily, are you in your head and doubting your capabilities? And oftentimes when you see this card in reverse, it also means, it can mean forgiveness. So is there something that you are being too harsh and too hard to judge yourself, and that letting that go would be a most beautiful thing to allow the flow of what universe wants to bring to you? And I got these two cards that came out. One was the Knight of Swords, and one was the 5 of Wands. It would appear that there are some people around you, perhaps that are not speaking on behalf of your best interests, or there's drama or conflict around you. It could be your family that's telling you you have to play a certain role, or you're not good enough. Whatever the messages are, you need to see the truth for what it is. Yeah, you beat yourself up a lot. We all do. Well, I know I do. But this is a beautiful opportunity to see the truth. If there are people bringing in the naysayers, or they're around you saying you don't deserve this or you can't do that, yeah, definitely your family, then that is something that could be getting in the way for the universe to bring you what you want. Now, I asked Spirit, what does she need to invite in? Love it, the Wheel of Fortune. And this is destiny. This is forward progression. So the universe, for the second time, with the angel card you got, is saying to you, we actually are working on your behalf in the background, and we do want to bring you success. It's in divine timing. And I know people get annoyed when we talk about divine timing, because what that means is Spirit is going to bring to you when everything lines up the right way. But what's interesting is that all the energy that's underneath this is suggesting that the universe is really trying to bring you what you desire, but you've got some external influences around you that you need to look straight in the eye and accept the fact that they're probably not telling you, you ignored your intuition. Absolutely. Staying in the heart, feeling the intuition, and not being logical, because this is also what you want to invite in, the 4 of Wands. And this is, again, it's a foundational card of success. And the Queen of Wands is, I need to own my awesomeness of who I am. I'm a kick-ass, badass queen, and I'm going to go after whatever it is I want. This is the energy, Emily, that we want you to have, and have no fear. Yeah, some bad energy from the heart chakra. But again, this is the energy. Be that Queen of Wands and be fearless to go after what you want, because the universe is trying to send you a message that they want to support you. And what you don't see coming, it's interesting. I got the grief card, which you may be grieving for some lost opportunities, some things that may have passed you by, but don't beat yourself up. This is also a card of compassion. And you need to have compassion for yourself and forgive yourself for not being perfect. None of us are perfect, but give yourself a little grace to pick yourself back up and to recognize that you can do this. And what you don't see coming, now this is interesting. I got the 10 of Wands, which upright, it's releasing a burden. But I got it reversed, and I never pull reversal. So this is actually kind of interesting. And this means you've not been able to let go of a burden, let something, you're grieving a lot of death. Absolutely. And I got the 5 of Wands. I said, why is the 5 of Wands here for not being able to let this burden go? The role of your family around you in creating this drama is not allowing you to let some things go. So the suggestion is that you have an opportunity, Emily, to release some of this old truths or old patterns of what your family has told you, and to be the Queen of Wands, that badass queen, and go after your passion and what you want. The last card that I got was the last message from Spirit, which made me go, oh, is the Sun. The Sun is the most positive card in the deck. And so this is the last message, Emily, and your town burned down. I am very sorry to hear that. I am so sorry. And so this is a message from Spirit. Do not give hope. There is awesomeness waiting for you. And you need to clear the energy of those around you who are trying to bring you down and trying to keep you stuck. But again, if you focus on the fact the Wheel of Fortune is here to bring you forward movement and progression, you're setting yourself up for success. You do have the Queen of Wands, but at the end of the day, if you can let go of some of this old, it's going to allow the sun to come through and to shine for you where you need to see hope, vitality, positivity. And so those are the messages, Emily, for you. And my heart goes out that what has happened to you. And we feel you and we support you as one community. All right, I'll turn it over to Dawn. Thank you, Emily.
Hey, Dawn.
Yes.
Real quick, I don't know if anybody else saw that, but when she said 33 chambers of the heart, and her number, her palindrome was 2112, which is a 33. And then the journey to wholeness after this transformation is also a 33 card. And then in my reading earlier today, 33 card came up for the collective. 10 of Wands, the heart of the reading, like 2 days reading, and it was in reverse either yesterday or the day before. So I don't know if you guys are getting a lot of 10 of Wands too, but that 33 is barking loud. So I just want to make sure everybody's ears is open because this is all for all of us. Okay.
Hi, I'm going to be reading MC today, and she had some questions. She said a health issue had come up, and so I let the cards come out. That's usually how I like to do things with those kind of questions. And the first 3 cards that came out were disruption and partnership and alliances and trapped in fear. And what I will say with the start of these, I do feel it's something that you do need to address. It will be a disruption for you. But I feel like the lesson is to educate yourself regarding what's going on. I mean, don't be a Dr. Google. I worked for the Mayo Clinic for 40 years, so I'm kind of picky about the sources I get my information from, please. So I would say whatever this happens to be, I have a few more cards I'm going to go through, but those were the 3 that started. And what I want to let you know is that really the center of that was partnerships and alliances. Have a good support system around yourself. I think that's very important. Do not be this trapped in fear energy, because I will tell you one of the cornerstones of doing well with your health is your mental state and your emotional state. And people that are hopeful and moving forward, or in that energy of moving forward, always do better. If they start ruminating on what could be wrong, you run into problems. So what I will tell you, if you're going to be looking up information regarding whatever it is that you're having, I would say go to trusted sites like Johns Hopkins. Mayo Clinic also has some, but use trusted medical information. And I really do feel like this is something that needs to be investigated further, because I took a brief look at your chart and you now have Mars trining Saturn. And so you just got hit with that grand water trine that happened during the eclipse. And the eclipse energy are in your third house. And the ninth house is, I believe, Aries for you, which is where your Chiron is. So to me, that's learning about your illness, learning about whatever this is, and going through and getting testing done. The other things that came out were this solar plexus chakra, and I know that things are going to be, no one ever goes through any kind of health issue that it doesn't bring in mental conflict. But the other part that came out that I really liked was this rejoice in celebration. Take the information that you're gaining and that you're learning, because I feel like this is a lot of what's going to be very, very helpful to you. But do not forget to support your spirit by rejoicing with those people around you, the people that are going to be in your partnerships and alliances. I do really feel that it is something you should be investigating further with your medical. I'm not sure what it is that's coming up, but it does need further investigation. So further testing that would be coming in. And I did just have a few cards of tarot drop out, and these were the three that came out. This happens to be what is it? Let me double check the name, because I want to make sure I tell you the expansion deck for no, I can't even find it. I'll put it down below because I have so many cards. So what came out was the Two of Wands, setting intention. The intention, I think, for you right now, let's find out what this is. Let's not put ourselves in a state of worry right off the bat. You're going to find out what this is first. That should be your intention, what you're going forward with. And then this curiosity card came out, and I don't know why this struck me as what may be something going on. I'm not certain, but it just kind of felt like, be curious, and really, I think you are best served by really being tested and finding out what exactly is going on. Don't guess. You shouldn't have to guess. And then I love this energy, transcendence. Whatever you're doing, let me see. Let me read your note quick. Okay. So what I would say is, because you have, I like that it's trine energy, but I think that this is something that definitely needs to be explored, because it's Mars and Mars, which Mars is a malefic planet, but it's in trine to each other and with Saturn. Do I think it's going to take a while to work through whatever this issue is? Yes, because Saturn is involved. But I really feel like learning, you have your, because this activated that axis, and you have Pluto in Libra, which also got activated by this. So there's something deep there that I think needs exploration. And then you have Chiron in that ninth house of education, right? Educate yourself about this. Really take a look at what's going on and go in it and ask questions, and ask more questions. Write them down. I will tell you, as someone that, when you go in and see a medical professional, you have this gazillion questions that you have, and you get the first two answered, and then you forget the other ones. Write them down. Write down your questions before you go in, and make sure they all get addressed as you go in. So surgery options, because there was two Mars, yeah, I can see where surgery options would come up for you. But that is something that you should, like I said, educate yourself. Okay. So I hope that was helpful, MC, but get yourself an amazing support system, celebrate with friends as much as you can, because part of this journey is going to be your mental health as well. Keeping that higher vibration will help you through this. So many, many blessings, and sending you healing energy. Go ahead. I think we're on to Jen, right?
Okay, so I'm going to be pulling for Lucy. And so she just wanted a general reading, and I actually pulled a really good reading for you. So I'm excited to share it with you. So I started with the Divine Masters Oracle, and I pulled Horus Manifestation Vortex. And so you are in a very abundant time. And what I got from the rest of it is just actually supporting this manifestation vortex for you. So belief makes manifest, thoughts attract and create. You are deeply connected to the universe at this time and held in the manifestation vortex. Your divine guidance is to spend time thinking, feeling, and experiencing the energies connected to your wildest dreams, because this is a powerful time to surmount the energies of limitation and fully stand in your power. If you have been driving an intention or working on a particular project, consider what is the best outcome, because the power of the stars is with you now. Be open to listening within, and as the universe is offering you guidance on the next step, stay highly attuned to your thoughts and also to the energies you associate with at this time. For you are being guided to stay as high vibrational as possible in order to usher in the opportunities and support. The power of the cosmos is in you now. Create, attract, and manifest. And so it was really focused on your thoughts. And that's really a lot of what the rest of this reading is talking about, is keeping your thoughts in that higher vibrational state. And so I asked, what are you manifesting in? And I pulled out the world card. So, I mean, like literally you're wanting it all. You're ready to really step up into that, your highest timeline. And, the world is talking about bringing out closures to those old cycles, the old patterns that you've been in. And I asked what blessings are coming in at this time, and we got the 10 of Cups. And so like that's emotional fulfillment, just, I mean, complete happiness and joy is coming in if you will allow it. And the guidance of getting there was the Death card. And in this deck, it calls it the Shadow. And so you've got to go into the shadow in order, you've got to look at those patterns, look at the things that are holding you back. And what came out in the bottom of the deck was the Eight of Swords. So what are those stories that you're telling yourself that are limiting you, the self-limiting beliefs? That's the things that you've got to be working on at this time. And so I pulled with the Art of Manifestation Oracle, what can you do to help bring your manifestations in? And we got internal dialogue. So again, it just all comes back to, what are you telling yourself about what you're actually capable of? We all have an internal dialogue within our mind, a constant stream of inner conversation. Is your dialogue kind, supportive, and affirming, or is it critical and judgmental of both yourself and others? This card asks you to listen to your inner words and, if necessary, take steps to consciously change your language. And so you are in control of this. You have the power. You just have to keep your thoughts high and believe in yourself. All right. So I think we have enough time to pull a few more cards. So we're going to do one card each, and we'll go back to Angie. All right. Let me see if I can get this off the screen.
That was so cool, Jen. It's almost as if you were literally pulling alongside me earlier when I did my live. So if you were there and then you just listened to this reading, guys, if that doesn't show you how energy works, I'm not sure what will, because like literally the same cards and literally the same topics we were talking about. Okay. And I know she's very busy, and she's busy during that time. So that was not part of our conversation. That is literally what we just, like in a nutshell, what we all just did together over there. Yeah. Becca, you were there like that. I'm sitting here going, oh my gosh, the brain synapses, the card that Dawn pulled, that Two of Wands, where it looks like synapses firing. We talked about that, like just the internal dialogue of that shadow, what our thoughts and words become things. So guys, again, no matter how many times we can say it till we're blue in the face, right? Go ahead and put your number in. These are all like, don't tune out when someone else is getting a reading. They're all for us. Okay. They're all for, I'm taking everything from what they just said. So go ahead and real quickly type in your numbers there. Card is here for the person that is pulling on their intuition here with that number. Whatever card comes out, go ahead and type that in. Keep it going, not 2, 3. If you have not had a reading, definitely please put in your number there just so we can get you in. Not 2, 3, 4, or 7. Jump on in, guys, or I will just read for the collective so I can stay true to what that message is about. No worries if not. So for me, back to Miss Judy. Judy, you and I are like this today. And normally when I don't see the number coming up, that to me is a collective message that, again, we all are pulling for everyone here. The new stepping on the other side of that bridge of those eclipses, guys, literally what everybody's talking about. If this is how you talk about yourself, or if you've got to stop that synapse from firing and just catch yourself in the moment. Okay. This is moving. This is the 180 Pluto energy. We are going from living underwater into land living. It's a completely different way of life. So again, this is for all of us, and Judy, this will connect to your specific cards earlier. But again, they're for all of us. This is a new beginning, a new earth, a different way of being in the world. For Emily that asked the question, what does that mean? Look up master number 33. That might be a sign for you, as far as when Suri was saying, don't give up hope. If you see the number 33, that could be, hey, Emily, here's your hope. So keep your eyes peeled for it, even if it's just on the clock. Okay, guys? Thank you.
All right. I'm up next. And Emily, before I forget it, before I started, I looked out the window and there was a white feather on a tree outside my window. So if that's a sign, that's definitely for you, just to continue with your dreams, continue plowing ahead, and angels got your back. All right, so this is for Gigi. And so you ask about, will you find love again? And I think, Jen, that was her question. Yeah, and your card, Gigi, is divine timing. And this is from the Angel Guide Oracle deck. Life is always unfolding in the perfect time, space, sequence. So angel wisdom is encouraging you to move into a state of trust, knowing that good things are always unfolding for you. You may find yourself feeling impatient and unsettled, but instead of letting your ego and imagination pull you into a downward spiral, trust that your prayers are being answered and your plans are coming to fruition in a way that is meeting your needs rather than your wants. You may feel that your prayers are not being answered or that your hopes are not being realized, but you must know that the universe and your angels are always working towards the highest good and the outcome that will best serve you. When this card appears, your message is trust the process. It's a sign that your hopes and dreams are unfolding. You may not think so, but you need to remember that you may be working to human time, whereas God is always working on soul time, which can never be measured or rushed. So that is your message. So have hope and faith. And I think this card is actually quite a nice message for all of us, because we're going through a tremendous energetic shift and things may not be as they seem. And the timing is on God's time, not our time. Thank you, Gigi. Have hope.
Hello. So I think I saw Moon 1111 Sun out there, and I wanted to pull for her. I don't know if she's here, but I kind of got the feeling that this message is going to be for everybody. And I do want to address, somebody had a question, how do they know our signs? I had just done MC's reading. Way back in the beginning when we had our and I'll do this periodically, I was pulling, as we were doing card readings, I was pulling astrology charts as part of some of the questions that were asked. And and a lot of these are regulars that always are showing up. So I did have MC's chart in my astro.com file. And so I was able to look at it before I looked at it after I drew cards. So, and then when I was able to talk to her, I could kind of relate everything together. So I'm not magic. I didn't magically know what that was. I do have people's charts, especially those that have been around for a long time, that when we were answering questions before, then I can have a chance sometimes to take a quick look and see what I see in the chart. So let me get on with Moon 1111. And what I think was very interesting, it was Moon 1111, and then the card that got drawn was a number 22. And then we've been dealing with these 33s. So this is the conjure. I wanted to get the energy of what this was. And if people that know me know I love my dragon cards. So I'm going to read this. It's very brief. Joseph Campbell advised us not to settle for the way things have gone with others, but instead to unfold our own myth. This takes vision, dedication, and will. To conjure is to call upon the invisible to make itself manifest. To assist in the manifestation, we must understand that what we think on grows. You want magic? Pay attention to magic. You want empowerment? Praise empowerment everywhere you see it and ignore the places that make you feel small or weak. You want love? Celebrate love everywhere you go. Conjure the truest and most beautiful version of your life, of your own life, by adoring everything in your path you find true and beautiful. Start with your own dragon soul. Thank you. Go ahead.
22 is the energy of the today, by the way, guys. Just by the by, she said it was for everybody, right? So this is how energy works. It's today is 10 plus 4 plus 8. That's 22. Okay, master number as well. That's freaking incredible, Dawn. Awesome. Aren't these ladies amazing? Oh my God, I just can't even.
So I have pulled for Donna, and I pulled with the guides from the Hidden Realms, and you got the Eyes of Mystery. Mystery, uncharted territory, deep knowing. And so I think that you are in that uncharted territory, and that's the part that is scaring you right now. The Eyes of Mystery remind you that the great mystery, the unknowable power of the divine, cannot be understood with the mind, but only felt as a fundamental truth. Humankind has long tried to decipher the secrets of the universe, yet filters all findings through an anthropomorphic lens. I don't know what that means. I hope you guys do. It's not due to faulty wiring. The way we're made has distinct limitations, the perception and perspective. We're invited to either trust in unseen or to give away our power to materialism and intellectualism. Right now, you're looking for an answer that is yet unknowable, either because it's still forming or coalescing in the hidden realms, or because knowing in advance will rob you of an essential experience. You might try to push an agenda to feel more certain and secure, but this is not the time to barge ahead or demand transparency. Remain open to the adventure and stay curious and excited about what you may discover. Life is a journey of discovery, not one based on specific travel arrangements. You are on track even if the staircase is in fog and you are shown only the next step before you. Take it. The mystery will be revealed in your favor. And I would just say, like, I've been feeling this a lot myself. And I said it, I think, in the last live, that we have all of these tools, you know, that we can get answers from and, you know, seek guidance from. And still, when it's not time for the answer to be there, we're not going to get that answer yet. I mean, so we have to have this level of trust of just knowing that when it's time, the answer will show up, and that you're following the guidance and the little hits as it's showing up. And just you're trusting that you know what that feels like when it shows up. All right. So hopefully that helps you. And I'm going to go ahead and close this out now. Let's see. Okay. So actually, Cerie's going to close this out. Sorry.
Sorry, I have Luna who's already, she's trying to take over. Anyway, We're so grateful that you joined us today, and we hope that these messages, even if they're individual messages or collective, that they're resonating, because this is actually the energy of our community. So we are very grateful for your presence, your support, your love. Please join us live again on Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have daily content, so there'll be messages coming out tomorrow and Sunday. And again, we wish all of you a most blessed and happy weekend. Rest, recharge your batteries if you can. We'll be back on Monday. And again, sending you lots of love, everyone. Thank you.